In this lesson, we're going to learn the back roll. So the back roll now, whether you want to start from a standing position or from a squatting position, it's up to you. But for back roll, what we're going to do is we're going to, as the name implies, we're going to roll backwards, but making sure that our head is tucked to the side so that we're not rolling over on our head. We don't want to put pressure or anything on our head or our neck when we're going backwards. So watching here, you can see I'm going to basically just almost like I'm sitting myself down, rolling backwards and over and into the finishing position, just like that. So you can see I've got one leg out to the side. You can roll either on your left side or your right side, depending on which side you roll on. That's going to determine how you finish. But watching this again, so bringing your body down, rolling back, and you can see how I went over on my shoulder. I didn't roll on my head. At no point did I roll on my head. So there was no pressure on the head or neck area. So watching again here, going backward, going back, and you can see that my head is not touching the ground. So you look very closely there, you can see I'm going over on my shoulder. The head does not touch the ground. So that's very important. So going back, and when you finish, you're in a seated position. So you can imagine this technique being used if somebody was to suddenly push you forward. So maybe it's not enough to make you fall, like not enough to make you fall straight down, but if somebody were to push you backwards, you would be going backwards, like your momentum would be going backwards to the point that you know you can't save yourself at that point, so you know you're going to fall. And this would be a technique that allows you to roll out of harm. So it's not falling directly downwards, but if somebody were to push you and you went backwards, this can allow you to land safely and recover from that by rolling out of harm. And if you look at this from the side view, so I'll show a side view right here. So there it is, rolling on the same side. Watch this again. So I chose to start from a standing position. You can also start from a crouch if you wish. But here, basically lowering yourself down, rolling backwards. You can see the arms are out. And as I roll, my head does not touch the ground. I roll over and I come to a seated position. So watching again, you can see how I roll over on my shoulder. So back, right there, you can see I'm rolling on my shoulder. My head is protected. The leg swings overhead, and I come up to a seated position. So that is back roll. So again, you could imagine if somebody were to shove you backwards, and technically you're falling, but you're not falling straight down, you're falling more backward. This can be a way to roll out of danger and ultimately to get back up to your feet safely. So that is back roll. And with all of these rolling techniques, you need to be using crash mats when you practice these at the club. Don't practice these just on the hardwood floor, especially when you're starting out. Get some certified crash mats and use those for safety. The reason why we do many of these techniques, why we're learning them right now, not only do they have applications for real world fighting to help protect you, but as we get into blue belt techniques and we start doing more aerial techniques and jumping, it becomes important to learn how to fall correctly. As we do some of the more advanced Hapki-Do techniques, it's important to know how to roll out of harm and how to land safely. So that's why we're doing falling and rolling techniques. We're starting with the rolling techniques for now, but we will get into the following ones as well. So this is the back roll from Taekwondo and Hapki-Do, and this is how you do it. Till the next lesson.